Sometimes, the biggest Hollywood feuds start from the smallest misunderstandings. Today, we're diving into celebrity battles that spiraled out of control, all because of seemingly trivial incidents. Taylor Swift versus Katy Perry, the backup dancer drama. What started as a simple staffing issue turned into a 5-year pop culture war. In 2014, 3 backup dancers left Taylor's Red Tour to join Katy's Prismatic World Tour. But here's what really happened behind the scenes. These dancers had actually worked with Katy first and had a clause in their contracts allowing them to leave if Katy toured again. What many don't know is that the dancers tried to give Taylor's team a 30-day notice, but were immediately fired instead. This kicked off years of subtle jabs, with Taylor's bad blood and Katy's swish swish serving as musical ammunition. The feud got so intense that their mutual friends were forced to pick sides at award shows. Even their makeup artists and stylists wouldn't work with both camps. The most absurd part? Both singers later admitted they couldn't really remember why they were fighting. It took a literal olive branch, sent by Katy to Taylor's tour opening night, and a plate of peace cookies to end this feud in 2019. They finally collaborated in Taylor's "You Need to Calm Down" video, dressed as a hamburger and fries. Martha Stewart versus Gwyneth Paltrow, the lifestyle queen battle. This feud kicked off with a simple comment Martha made about Gwyneth's lifestyle brand Goop. She just needs to be quiet. She's a movie star. If she were confident in her acting, she wouldn't be trying to be Martha Stewart. What followed was a passive-aggressive war of recipes. Martha published a pie recipe called Conscious Coupling, mocking Gwyneth's famous conscious uncoupling divorce announcement. Gwyneth retaliated with a jailbird cake, referencing Martha's prison time. Behind the scenes, both women were reportedly buying up each other's magazine advertisers. The rivalry got so petty that Martha started sending her team to Goop events to take detailed notes. What few people know is that they actually lived near each other in Bedford, New York, and their gardeners would exchange tense words over hedge heights. The feud finally cooled when they realized they were both being featured in the same Christmas gift guides and had to play nice for their brands. Jim Carrey versus Tommy Lee Jones, the restaurant confrontation. Sometimes a feud starts before the cameras even roll. During the filming of Batman Forever, Tommy Lee Jones took an instant dislike to Jim Carrey. The breaking point came during a chance encounter at a restaurant where Jones told Carrey, "I cannot sanction your buffoonery." But what really happened that night? According to crew members, Jones had been practicing his lines in the restaurant's private room when Carrey burst in, doing his Riddler laugh. What's less known is that Jones had actually requested not to film any scenes with Carrey, forcing the directors to use clever editing. The tension got so bad that they had to shoot their shared scenes on different days. Years later, director Joel Schumacher revealed that Jones was dealing with personal issues, and Carrey's high energy simply pushed him over the edge. Their feud actually influenced the antagonistic chemistry between their characters, though neither actor has ever agreed to discuss filming together in interviews. Joan Crawford versus Bette Davis, the Oscar sabotage. While their feud is legendary, it actually started over something ridiculous, a man neither of them ended up with. In 1935, Davis fell for her co-star Franchot Tone, but Crawford married him instead. What's lesser known is that Crawford had actually invited Davis to dinner parties repeatedly, trying to become friends, but Davis saw it as gloating. The rivalry reached absurd levels during Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Crawford secretly contacted all of Davis's Oscar competitors when Davis was nominated, offering to accept the award on their behalf if they couldn't attend, just to spite Davis. Behind the scenes, Crawford would deliberately wear weights in scenes where Davis had to drag her across the floor. She would also fill her pockets with rocks when Davis had to lift her. The most petty incident? Crawford installed a Coca-Cola machine on set. She was on the company's board, knowing Davis had a contract with Pepsi. The feud continued until their deaths, with both women instructing their children to maintain the rivalry in their memoirs. A simple tweet about ghostwriting turned into one of hip-hop's most memorable feuds. In 2015, Meek Mill accused Drake of not writing his own raps. What started as a late-night social media rant spiraled into a full-blown war of words and music. But here's what wasn't public knowledge. The tweet came just minutes after a misunderstanding about a guest verse Drake was supposed to promote. The real drama happened behind the scenes, with producers and mutual friends being forced to delete collaborations and choose sides. What many don't know is that both artists were actually working on a collaboration when the tweet was posted. The unfinished track still exists somewhere in a studio vault. The feud got so intense that even their fan bases started real-life fights at concerts. It took 3 years, multiple mutual friends intervening, and both their mothers expressing disappointment before they finally reconciled on stage in 2018. It's amazing how the smallest spark can ignite the biggest feuds in Hollywood. But what's even more fascinating is how these conflicts often end, with both sides barely remembering what started it all. Did any of these feuds surprise you? Let us know in the comments below which celebrity conflict you'd like us to explore next. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Hollywood drama decoded.